We're back on June 22nd. Special occasion. Gotta love end of June for teachers. Been kind of a light night tonight, except we got the NBA draft on. A real light night. We got special guests in the house. We got Crocker. We got our main sponsor. Money keeps pouring in.
Literally.
Another hundy.
Skygazer Brewing co-owner Tyser throwing down a hundy in the studio, claiming Jordan Hawkins goes in the lottery. He made this claim long ago. He's going to be proved wrong tonight. And I'm rooting for the young man. But anyway, Angry, did we miss your birthday yesterday?
No.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
When is it?
June 30th. We got another week.
Happy early
Who's
birthday.
the 21st? It's somebody. Bud Black?
Bud Black is also June 30th.
I know. Somebody like that. Anyway, we got the Don father. He had a long commute here tonight. Not like the 2-minute drive from his neighborhood, but straight from LaGuardia.
Dedication, commitment.
Margot couldn't be reached for comment. And the studio host
Oh, boy.
and the host of a banger of a party for his daughter going to Penn State this weekend, Maddie Lodovico. Weather held off, and a Lodovico's threw a banger. Loddy Dotty, he likes to potty. Speaking of the potty, we come at you with some sad news tonight. Frank's Transmission's out of business.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened to Frank?
The checks may keep coming in, but older brother went to the police force. The younger one doesn't want to do it all on his own, so he just said, the heck with it.
Wow, that's been a landmark for guys that like me that have been in this town forever.
You know, and they got a new sign. The old sign was a classic, but like
It was like orange, not cursive, but
yeah, it's like some sort of
something.
script. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, we're saddened about that,
That
but they
is sad.
did promise that the checks would keep rolling in. Twister Baseball Clinic, Chiz Clothing, L&R Tax Associates. May
Chiz
have a change in owner-
graduated.
But yeah, that's
Congrats
what,
to
he's
Chiz.
going to have more money to
Yeah.
donate.
He's getting NIL money up at UConn, right?
Absolutely, with the clothing line.
Okay.
L&R, although there's a change in ownership coming, we still may be getting residuals from there because our hookup may still be employed. Skygazer, walking tall tonight, going to be proved really wrong in a minute. And we are ready to rock here. NBA draft is on in the background on June 22nd. There's been one college player selected so far. Cool. Real cool draft. The made-up league had a bunch of guys, and we got the kid from France who's a no-brainer, but really not interested in the event until some college names get called.
I agree with you.
It's just not the same thing we used to watch, and it's not because, our homegrown talent are choosing to forego college. The guy playing now for the Lakers, and then Garnett and McGrady and
Colby.
Colby, jeez, Lower Marion. Anyway, we'll wait till some college guys up before we.
Hey, me and Crocker were watching the intros. I know you guys got here a little bit late. And I think they introduced maybe 20, 25 guys. And you guys know we love college basketball in this studio. There was probably 16 names I had they didn't play college basketball, to your point. They were either in the G League or in Europe, and I'm not disparaging it, but
I am.
right? In the 80s and 90s, you couldn't wait because you saw all those guys all winter long, and then their name would get picked, and it was awesome.
I got a problem with it.
I used to do my own mock drafts.
And you knew everybody.
Yeah.
No shot. No.
Are both rounds tonight?
Yes.
Yeah, all 60 picks tonight.
This is not the NFL where it takes
How many
2
rounds did it
weeks.
used to be?
It's been 2 for quite some time.
Yeah, a long time now, but like in the 70s.
I mean, you're talking like
60s
when
and 70s.
Bruce Kaczynski and
Yeah.
Earl Kelly were getting drafted.
I'm talking
back
when
in the
Denham
day.
Brown went at one point.
Nah,
Like
it's been 2 since then. He was one of the last. I think he might have been the last pick, Denham Brown.
Mr.
they
Irrelevant?
went to rounds 5 and 6.
No.
They did in the
Where's
80s.
production?
They did in the 80s.
Yeah.
Crocker, look it up, will you? When did the NBA go to 2 rounds?
So what do you think about the France product, Wembanyama? You think he's it, or you think he's... I think he's the biggest bust in the history of the NBA draft, but that's just me.
Ooh, I burned my finger on that hot
I
take.
think Angry
think he
Jay,
will be.
Really?
disagrees.
I think he's gonna be an absolute stud. I mean,
Yeah, I think you're nuts.
right away he'll struggle a little bit, just because of the physicality, but I mean, he is so long and talented. Like he'll struggle. He'll have 6 and 4 at halftime, and he'll just have like a 3 or 4 minute stretch, and he's gonna end up with a 22 and a 14. I mean, he doesn't have to. He literally doesn't have to jump to get rebounds.
And I was just going to say, Angry, forget about that. On the defensive end with the block shots and the rebounds, I mean, he's going to be worth his weight right there. Not that he has a lot of weight, but what did Dennis Rodman get paid for?
Yeah, but
Rebounding
I mean,
the ball.
he's literally They said he's 225.
Jacked.
He's 225. Yeah, I'm about 700.
Just
He's
the
7'5" though. He's 7'5".
He's Chet Holmgren.
You did
yeah,
have
but
McConnell.
just the fact that he can shoot at that size, like who's guarding him on the
But
perimeter?
so can Chet Holmgren. What does he do this year? How many games did he play? 0.
Well,
He's
we're
gonna
gonna
get
we're
hurt.
gonna see.
Nah,
We're gonna see.
I'll totally disagree with you there.
Yeah, well, you're going to be wrong.
It'll be interesting to see as the next years progress. But
He's Chet Holmgren. That's what he is. He's going to play 3. He's Greg Oden, Chet Holmgren. He's going to play 2 seasons. And the problem with him is that if he's not the GOAT, it's a disappointment. Like he could average 20 and 10, and people are going to be like, "Well, that's not what he was built up to. He was built up to be 35 and 15."
20 and 10 is just fine.
I don't disagree.
Not
I don't
for the
disagree
best
with.
draft prospect in 20 years.
I don't disagree with that statement. But if he becomes like Porzingis was 23 and 8 last year, right?
That was a great year.
You would take that.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying. They built him up to be. Well, they also built up Ralph Sampson pretty good.
Yeah, no,
way back when, and
I'll
he
agree
didn't.
there. I mean, like he's at some point they'll start saying, "Well, he has to win a championship." Has to. Win
I feel bad for him.
Yeah,
I mean-
it's almost unfair, but
Yeah, there's-
he's handled everything well. But I mean, he's
Pepe Le Pew.
Who's handled it well?
the kid here.
Oh, the
One-
kid.
yeah,
How do you
like,
know? I can't understand him.
Oh, yeah,
Really?
that's-
He wants a baguette.
he's actually been studying English for years too.
Pepe Le Pew better
He's
keep
embraced
studying.
New York City though. He's been
Yeah.
there for a few days. Threw out the first pitch at the
Did
stage.
you
You
see-
see it changed, too.
Did you see his hand on the baseball?
That was sickening, yeah. Covered it.
Then he fired one into the stands.
throwing like Herman throwing tonight. Jesus.
Well, you look like Maddox compared to 50 Cent.
Oh,
I knew Fiddy was going to come up tonight.
Let's talk. We're talking Yanks. Did you bring it up, Loddy?
Let's talk Yanks.
We
Let's
are
go.
currently 41 and 33. Only a couple games off the pace we were talking about a couple weeks ago. Baseball's a game of runs. We're about to make one. I think we're back. We've appropriately punted a game tonight after the sweeping it. Our goal is to win series. This series we already won.
Bobby Mack, I remember the last time we all were here a couple weeks ago, we were back. And then Judge ran into a cinder block out in right field at Dodger Stadium, and they haven't been the same. And that's the guy that Cashman didn't want to re-sign. Just remember that.
only in Yankee land can a guy run into an outfield wall and comes down with the only
They would have been
worst
better off
toe injury
losing
in the
that
history
game.
of sports.
How'd you do in that series against the Sox? You guys win that one?
You see the lineup they're trying out there?
Oh,
We got,
You know what they say about excuses, right?
well,
no, what do they say?
I can't say it's a family show.
why do the Yankees keep playing Donaldson and or batting him fifth?
He just needs a bigger runway. That's what Cashman said.
Their two best hitters are Bowers and McKinney. Who would have predicted that back in spring training?
Bigger runway.
That's what we're doing. Volpe looks like he's had a better week at least, which gives me a little reason to watch. But
Hold on.
LeMahieu is shot. Your boy Stanton is shot.
Who's
They
boy
can't
Stan?
score. Your boy.
He's terrible.
MVP.
He stinks. Enough. Look at
Why
that
does he
Look at the
stink?
Red Sox lineup compared to the Yankee lineup. Yoshida, Turner, Devers, Verdugo, Duran. I'll take those guys over the Yankee lineup, right? Right?
I would.
They have hitters.
They put together a productive Major League Baseball lineup.
And they let guys play more than like twice a week.
Lottie, are you going to tell me you don't want Volpe in our lineup?
No, I do. I said I'm glad that he's played better the last week.
Okay.
But I want Peraza up playing third base,
I'm-
is what I'm saying.
Let me call it a shots here.
Okay.
You don't want LeMahieu in our lineup.
He's batting. No, I think he's still hurt, to be honest with you. He can't have this big a drop-off in the last year. He just can't. Yes, I'd rather have him at second base than Torres. And I'd make Torres the DH and put Stanton out in right field until he got hurt again.
Till who got hurt?
Stanton. He's going to get hurt again.
They'll make one up. He's hitting 192 tonight, by the way, Stanton.
192.
And Donaldson.
Small sample size.
Yeah. I know, and Donaldson, who needs the bigger runway, is at 129 currently.
What does that mean?
He bets fifth.
I
That's
don't
your
know.
4 and 5 hitter.
Yeah. The bigger runway means I made a really horrific trade, and I don't want anybody, to call me out.
The good news is
Then I'll mention. Did you hear Cashman? I don't want to mention injuries, and then he mentions injuries for the next 3 minutes.
Rodon should be back in what? 2 weeks? We got him.
There's no doubt that Cash and Hal are extremely, extremely hot right now with some of the comments that are coming out. Cashman looks a little sore, like a little boy that lost his puppy.
Yeah.
Like he's. I think he's been served notice because the
think
other
so.
guys are laying in wait. But real quick, Jeffy asked about the Sox. Don Father, we were beaten 2 series by the Sox. We were split with the lowly Mets. Oh no, did we lose the first one against the Sox, or we win at 2-1?
We won 1 at the stadium
Yeah,
and then
yeah, yeah.
lost 3 at Fenway.
But we also we lost to the White Sox. Is that right?
Yeah,
We lost 2 out of 3 to the White Sox. Yep.
Jesus. So Donaldson's batting average, you guys know what it is currently? This is
129. I just after
Oh,
0
you're
for 2.
talking right now
Yeah.
tonight. Going into
129.
tonight, it
How
was
about that?
133.
Really?
He had,
That bad?
He's 0 for 2. Yeah.
He's
listen,
best fifth though.
he had 6 home runs coming into tonight. Anyone want to guess how many hits?
9.
20.
7.
8, right in the middle.
He's got 8
Jeffy
hits.
paid attention.
5.
right.
How many home runs? 5.
6.
Oh yeah, 5 of them were when we were down 10-0.
All right.
Is he the most unlikable Yankee in recent memory? Now that Hicks is not.
He blows A-Rod out of the water.
Yeah. Although
Jesus.
Hicks is on fire. Like I told you, that was a great signing by the Yanks years ago. Hicks just
So why
needed to
can't he
change his
play
scenery.
here?
Needed to change the scenery.
Okay, so our scenery's not good?
Not good. Toxic.
Well, that's the problem. We were treating players.
Well, we pamper to him. Culture is bad.
I don't deny that.
Fans are disgusted.
Big G.
Volpe hitting 194. Happy with that?
He's had a better week. That
194 coming into
no,
tonight.
happy
no,
with it?
No.
No. About 10 home runs from your shortstop at this
Yeah.
point in the season. You
I'll
happy with that?
I'll take it. In the stolen bases, I'll take him.
28 ribbies,
Batting ninth, sure.
27 runs scored,
I mean, he's got 28 RBIs. Look at the stiff sitting in front of him.
15 steals. I mean, we're talking about a 20-30 year.
Yeah.
Let's say he gets to 210.
I'll sign for 220, 230 in a second. Yeah,
As long as it
absolutely.
keeps going up.
Absolutely. You think
Would you
the,
In
trade
the
him?
next
No.
previous year? No.
Would you trade him for Arenado and put Peraza at the short right now?
I don't want to get rid of Volpe. No.
Would you, if he had to go with Donaldson, you could put Peraza at short and Arenado at third.
No, because Donaldson's done after this year anyway.
I don't. How old is Arenado?
If the Cardinals reach out and say we'll take Donaldson, we'll pay half the contract for the rest of this year, give us Volpe, you can have Arenado for nothing, or whatever he's making, which is probably
It's a
lot.
boatload of money. No, I don't want to get rid of Volpe. Nope.
What?
Because I think Peraza's going to play second base in another year anyway. I think Torres is done after this year.
How about Cabrera?
Utility.
he won't even be on the team. in a
Yeah,
couple
he's
years.
not an everyday player. I mean, I like him, but
You guys happy with Cole?
love him.
I love him too. Weird guy though. Like
Yeah,
some of
he's
the
got a
stuff
lot
he
of
does
quirks.
is weird.
He's somewhere between like a great competitor and a 6-year-old. When things don't go his way, he like pouts on the mound. But when he's mowing guys down, he's like pointing
I
fingers.
still like when he has the ball on the mound.
Oh God, he's
Comparatively
by
speaking,
far their best pitcher. By far their best pitcher.
Don Father?
He's tough. Cole's, I don't like him because I'm a Red Sox fan. I don't want to see him if I'm going against the Sox.
How about my man Rendon? We ready for this guy?
Rodon.
Rodon. What'd I say?
Rendon.
You know why Rendon's on the mind? Because he's
Third
out,
base. Yeah,
and
he's
so's what's his nuts over there?
Gio or Shella.
Or Gio.
Out for the year.
So like they need a third baseman. We got one. We got a former MVP. Anyway, Rodon. You see the size of him in these rehab starts? He looks bigger than like your normal.
Yeah, he's
guy.
a big fat guy who throws hard. He threw 30 pitches the other day.
I'm ready for him, yeah. I'm ready.
So he's gonna he's supposed to throw again on Sunday, and he's gonna throw another 30. What, he's gonna throw 40?
So by the time
It'll
he
be
comes
goddamn.
up,
It's gonna be September, and they're gonna be Meredith Morocco
Building him
gonna
up.
be telling us like we're stretching him out. We're stretching him
Get
out.
him and Cortez healthy. That's all we keep saying. Get guys healthy.
You worried
Get
about
guys
Nestor?
Is he really hurt?
We never know. We
That's what I'm
never
saying.
know.
No, I'm not.
No, he
worried
got
about it.
hurt during the WBC and he pulled his name out of it. So something happened, and he never recovered. Unless, again, how do you drop off that much? I don't from last year.
This is typical Yankee though. When they stink, they're hurt. You ever notice that?
Yep.
How can a guy like Judge wasn't hurt last year? He was on, was on his 162 game tear. Never got hurt.
Yeah.
Stanton goes 1 for 35.
He's hurt.
And he's got a grade 1 something.
We've been doing that for years.
Yeah. That's old. That's a terrible culture.
Herman, I'm actually happy he's getting shelled. I want to see the end of him at some point.
I was going to jump in when Loddy had mentioned Donaldson. He was getting booed last night. I was kind of like smiling a little bit listening to the boos. I kind of wish I was participating at the stadium booing.
He deserves it. It's the way he acts. Anyone see the picture of him talking to Stay Hot Cash outside the Turtle, the batting cage the other night?
No.
Maybe it was last night. They look like they were in a serious talk, and it looks like one guy was saying, "If you don't start hitting, I'm out. I'm done." I can't wait.
I actually saw on Twitter yesterday that they had the Josh Donaldson 1.5 year anniversary of bat flips as a Yankee that didn't make it out of the park. There was like
I remember that.
There was a dozen of them.
Oh, there's more than one?
No, there's a dozen.
Oh, he thinks he's something when the ball goes in the outfield.
There's a few that I forgot. Like he literally hit one like 5 feet short of the warning track, and he like flipped the bat back to the mound.
I hate that guy.
Like he was Tommy Lawless in the playoffs?
No, but at least Lawless has made it out.
Tommy Lawless.
Ex-Waterbury Red, by the way.
Was he?
Tom. Oh yeah, I got his autograph, baby. On a baseball.
Hang on to that one.
How's Alonso?
Hit it off. Who did it off? Frank Viola.
He hit one off of Sweet Music.
Circle change? Circle change? Come on.
Sweet.
You guys want to see YouTube that home run? It's hilarious.
I don't want to see it.
Oh, you do. You do.
How about Schmitty? You
Did
guys
he
like
pull it?
Schmitty?
Oh, yeah. It went 314.
and a half.
Clark Schmidt's he's pitched very well lately. Severino should be the closer.
I want to bet when Clark Schmidt was on the mound. I'm convinced I'd go like 7 for 8 off of him. Jesus.
What are you, Dan Amel?
Oh my God. Come on.
What about Pete Alonso? Bouncing back yet? Huh? Is he getting back?
How about him? He's supposed to be out for the year, basically. He comes back after 11 days.
Yeah.
Yanks,
Oh my!
we're good.
Don Father, we're still talking
He wouldn't
Yanks
even
here.
playing catch yet. He wouldn't even playing. They're like Marakovich.
Judge is going to be
Angry was
swinging
going
in
to
a
bring it
pool.
up anyways. Angry would have brought it up.
Listen, I wanted to touch on Sevy. Lottie still thinks he should be the closer.
I
love
really
it.
do. I've said it for years.
Love the idea. How about Brito?
And Velasquez when he was up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got another problem with that. So the guy is pitching last night. He's mowing guys down. He's 5 2/3, 2 hits and 1 walk. And he hasn't even. He hadn't had 2 base runners on the whole night, and he's pulled.
Yeah, they get.
He's
they
pulled
get a
at
little
77
sniff.
pitches. We have to throw 7 more guys to finish the game off to win a 4-2 game, and now Herman's getting bombed in 3 innings, and he's got to sit there and take it because
Happy about that.
this guy isn't available.
Give me Brito or Velasquez over Herman.
Oh.
Herman's days are numbered.
You coach state title baseball teams. How do you build up a guy's confidence when he's mowing guys down and you just take them out?
Because it's all predetermined already.
That's my point. So how do you build a last night he had given up 2 hits in 5 innings, and they come back at the top of the 6th, and they have double barrel action in the bullpen. I'm like, wait, he's not looking over his shoulder. Like, as soon as the guy gets on base, he's going to take it out. And he got the first 2 guys out in the 6th. He walked a guy. Boom.
Well, going back to high school, you pitch a guy till he's dead tired or he's getting shelled.
But like,
That's it.
okay. So even as a professional athlete, like, how's this kid? I mean, what is he, like 23, 24? How does he get any confidence when he's pitching great and they just take him out?
Not only that, are you trying to build up his arm strength at any point to eventually get to 100 pitches?
Listen,
No, we don't do that.
with the Yanks, I don't know how it started with everybody else. You remember the phrase, the Jabba rules?
Yeah.
As soon as we put those into play, every guy we had's been a bum. How about the second baseman we've brought up? And then as soon as they get 20 home runs in a season, they jog for the rest of their career. Freaking Cano and Torres.
I'm done with Torres. I'm sorry. I am.
He's like, they love him though. The players love him. The fans love him. He's terrible.
Awful second baseman and probably the worst base runner in baseball.
Real quick, I want to touch on the bullpen. Is Peralta the new Quantrill? I mean, is
He
his
looks
arm going to
shot.
fall off?
And King hasn't pitched well either.
I can't tell if Wandy Peralta is 25 or 78.
I know. He's one of those
How old
guys.
is he?
Doesn't matter. His arm's going to fall off in a week.
He carried us last year, though.
He
How about
did.
Holmesy? Is Holmesy back? Is he
right
first,
right
is he
now.
first half Holmesy?
He's good for a month. He's bad for a month.
So
So
He,
okay,
he
so
has
he's the
great
regular old
stuff. He
Holmesy,
just
yeah.
has no idea. He's nuclear loose, basically.
Who's the hottest GM in baseball?
It's Cash. He's always hot.
Who's the hottest owner in
screw
baseball?
him.
Hottest owner.
I got no problem with Steinbrenner.
Okay.
I got
do.
a big problem
Hottest
with
manager?
Cashman. I got no problem with him either.
I hate them all.
Cashman's
three of them, I hate
Cashman's
them. With a passion.
Cashman's the reason they're so bad.
I'm kind of with Loddy with Hal. I could live with Hal. 'cause
Angry Jay, if
You guys were a lot happier
if-
2 weeks ago. when we
if
were
I'm
talking.
if I'm
I wasn't. I didn't buy it.
if
I didn't
I'm
buy it. You know
Steinbrenner
it.
and I gave you $285 million, like you'd be okay with that, and you would build a fantastic
Oh, I do
team.
a hell of a better job than
That's
that.
my point. He gave him $285 million to spend, and Boone's only playing the guys that he has.
Can I tighten that stat up a little bit? I'm pretty sure this year's payroll is $276 million. We are number 2 behind the Mets at 353. Hold on.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati Reds, number 26 in baseball with an $83 million payroll.
Fun
$200 million less than the Yanks. I know we could do this every year, pick a team that's hot, whatever.
What's Tampa's?
I don't know
Less.
about Tampa's. No. Crocker's supposed to look that up. Jeez. Crocker.
Hey, I had the Reds on the over, by the way. Jeff Don,
I didn't.
father,
You got Tampa and the under.
I'm still hoping for Tampa.
and I had Yankees on the
They lose their
under.
next 80. He got a shot.
I got Pittsburgh in the over.
Did you?
Yeah,
That looked good a couple weeks ago.
still good based on.
Well, I
what
think
they're
they've
at.
lost 10 in a row.
Can I touch on my guy? By the way, I said every week I basically say he's the most overrated player in baseball history.
Sure.
Mike Trout. I say it all the time, and everybody goes, "Ugh, he stinks."
You're an idiot.
How come?
He's got 400 career home runs and 3 MVPs, and you're telling me he's overrated?
So does Eddie Murray. I don't think he's good anymore. I'm caring what he does now. Everybody says he's still the top
No,
3
Eddie
player
Murray
in
does
baseball.
stink. I'll give him that. He's 70 years old now. Jesus.
Exactly.
We all know the best player is Judge.
Mike Trout's hitting 250. He's a guy that, geez, guys, 5 tools, blah, blah, blah. He's not top 20 in one category in Major League Baseball this year. I think he might be 17th in home runs.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
So that would be top 20.
Huh?
That would be top
But
20.
he's paid top 3.
So he's not top 20 except for the one he's top
Except for the
20?
one he's 17 in that one, I think. He might be 17 in that one. I might be off, but I think he's 17th in that
How long was this drive you took, and how long was the flight?
2.5 hour
Jeez.
drive and 4.5 hour flight.
You didn't sleep on it? I mean, that's
wouldn't- you
asinine
wouldn't
what
take-
you just
I
said.
watched Creed
Get him a
and
nugget.
John Wick.
Get him a nugget. Tyser, bring the nuggets over here. Guy's hungry.
Angry. $76 million for the Rays.
Is it really? Wow.
Good for them.
Sky Gazer.
Nah, I hate them
Oh,
too.
my God.
Cincinnati, the rookie's pretty fun, though.
Hey,
huh?
I don't mean to burst your bubble. I was telling you,
Yeah.
Herman was getting bombed. We're also getting no hit through 5. But other than that, everything's looking good at the stadium tonight.
The podcast can't end.
As
until
long
we
as
get a hit.
Donaldson doesn't get a hit, it's a great night.
Would
right
you
now,
get-
nobody has a
Would you
hit.
take
so-
a no-hitter over Donaldson breaking up the no-hitter to be
I'd rather have a no. I'd rather Yankees get no hit. Seriously, I love that
He would
Herman's
pivot.
giving up a bunch of runs and Donaldson has no hits. It's a good night for me.
All right, Lottie just brought up something I want to talk about. I mean, the Reds they've got something going on. Jonathan India, the guy Steer.
Ellie Deli Cruz.
Well, that's what I'm going to talk
Stud.
about right now.
Stud.
Ellie. Are Ellie and Shohei? I know they're not, all around average hitters, but as far as how far they could hit the ball, is it almost like it's a different sport for those two guys? I mean, this is different.
When those two guys play in Major League Baseball, so many games, you don't want to miss an at bat. That's those guys are superstars. Judge, Ohtani, the guy from Cincinnati, so much fun to watch. The guy for Pittsburgh before he got hurt, like baseball needs those guys.
Yeah.
You know, what's his home plate to second base?
I
speed
know.
is
He
just
flies like
I
a
never
deer.
see anything like that. And he brings passion. He's energized the team and the fan base. And baseball needs a lot more of that. And Cincinnati's a great baseball town. Good for them.
He does play like it.
Yeah, good
He's
for him.
having
He's
fun.
having
like he
fun.
actually shows
Like
the
all
emotion,
these, all these unwritten rules of baseball. I know we talked about that a long time ago. And Yankees are so business-like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just, is anybody having any fun on the Yankees? Like you see a kid from Cincinnati, you're like, he's so easy to root for. We need some guys like that in our organization.
Well, as soon as somebody hits a home run for Cincinnati, the guy waiting for him in the on deck circle has this like king's robe,
Yeah.
and they put a
It's
hat
awesome.
on him, and then they give him some sort of weapon.
Yeah. Red Sox had the shopping cart. Yankees with Ronnie Torres was fun for a second there. Now it's just like
Didi, I said we
Yeah.
should have kept Didi.
Don't you dare. They've never been the same. They've never been the same. You know that was my guy. Damn
I
it.
liked
You had to
Didi.
bring that up.
I liked
They
Didi.
should.
They had
The
personality.
Yankees should break out the wheelchair.
Yeah, when Stanton crosses home plate,
They
make
just
sure we
put
go
him-
get him.
Yeah, we could shorten so he doesn't have to walk to the dugout.
Why don't we get him when he walks, too? Jeez.
Might get a,
Man, I hate Stanton, too. I think I might hate Stanton more than Donaldson.
Get
I
outta
hate
here.
him. I hate. Oh, I do.
You ever
I
watch
hate
a
him.
playoff game.
I hate him more than I hate Teixeira. He makes Teixeira look tough. It's like Dave Goggins. Jesus.
All right, I'm soured.
Go Reds. That's all I'm saying. Good
Yeah,
for
I'm
baseball.
into the Reds,
Good
man.
for them.
And getting back to the NBA draft. What pick we on, guys?
I don't know, but we play the Rangers tomorrow. That's not going to go well.
No.
Three at Yankee Stadium with that lineup.
Number 10. No UConn guys have gone yet. The number 2 pick is a hell of a shooter out of Bama, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Miller.
Brandon Miller.
Miller.
Heats in the hat.
Where,
Yeah.
where do
You
you
got a
think
great shot.
where do you think Hawkins is going to go, honestly?
Honestly, I think it's 14, 15, 16 right in there.
What about you, Don Father?
15.
Angry?
I'll go late teens, maybe 20.
You think Jackson goes late first round?
You know something? I don't think, like, we've talked about it. I don't think he's going to be a great NBA player, but reading about him, they say actually the Celtics love him, and they might take him at 25.
Bobby Mack,
Like, he's like the intangible guy, but again, he can't shoot. That's kind of a problem, especially in the NBA. No,
Well, I mean, you could use a guy like that to navigate through a game in a season and a stretch, like back-to-backs and stuff like that. I mean, it doesn't mean he's going to play the last 5 minutes of Game 7, but like, is he a useful tool?
well, at least Smart won't have to pass him the ball.
Is he a useful tool though? Seriously, he gets up and down the court.
Absolutely. In
with
the regular
best of
season,
them.
absolutely.
He passes with the best of them at his
Defends,
size.
defends.
He'll defend all positions.
First round pick?
I do think he is going to be.
Crocker, first round pick. Andre Jackson? No. Tyser,
Double or nothing, Bobby. Let's go.
first round pick. You
I
think?
said yeah.
Not going to be one.
Oh, so you think? But he's going to get drafted though.
I don't even know.
Does Sonogo get drafted?
Yes, all
Don
three of them
Father?
get drafted.
Sonogo? Yes. Absolutely. Early, mid-second round, right?
I'm saying he might be the last pick of the draft.
That's not
No,
the question.
I don't
The
think he's
question.
getting drafted.
The question he threw out is Andre Jackson a first round pick.
I say no.
No.
I said yes.
I said yeah.
I say no.
Well, that's what the other guys are
I
throwing
think
out.
he's.
Sonogo
I think he's going to be early second.
Calm down.
Early second.
Calm down.
Tyser looking to fight already. He's looking. He's
This
got.
isn't Fairfield. Dude. Calm down.
He's got elastic bands over here. This guy.
How about next year? How about next year? They're talking about the Huskies have 2 first-round picks in Caravan and Klingon.
I saw that.
Are you buying that?
I heard the Castle kid. I heard.
Castle might go
I'm
top
hearing-
2 or 3.
Yeah, I'm hearing he's like one and done at UConn.
Yeah. So I have as you guys know, a little bit of a source at UConn, a former player, and he said Castle is one and done.
Yeah.
And a definite 3-4, top 3-4 pick.
I heard. I mean, he's huge. Like
Klingon will be a
legit
lottery
6'6".
pick, and I don't see the Carabin first round pick thing. I did read the same thing you did. I don't see that.
Did you guys see Hurley today? Signed the extension.
Good for
A
him.
new
Oh,
contract,
yeah,
6
yeah.
years, 31 million.
30 up to 33 with
Yeah.
a few incentives.
A ton of money for the university. Good for him.
Till we go to the Big 12 and ruin it. But
Man, do you really think that's going to happen, huh?
if the bottom line is money, it has to. But if the bottom line is doing the right thing and just making enough money, they got to stay Big East.
Problem is, we look at it from a basketball standpoint, but from a football standpoint, they won't win a game for 3 or 4 years in that conference.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to see Oklahoma playing them? Or
No,
Oklahoma
I'm
State?
not
No,
saying
Awesome.
not at all.
Oh, that'd be
I have no
awesome.
interest in that.
It's going to be 60-0. They can't compete in that league. They're not even close.
But you want to go over there and see Texas Tech run right through them for 72 points?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing the best players in the country play up there at Rents.
40,000 seat stadium. How many people would go to those games?
You probably won't get in.
You won't have to wait in line for a beer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Texas Tech travels like crazy.
To UConn?
Yeah.
They're coming to East Hartford.
Iowa State had I was there last year. Iowa State had 10,000 people there.
Tailgating at the Pratt and
I'd-
Whitney
I'd
parking
imagine
lot.
a school from Texas is going to do all right.
Tyser, what do you know about Iowa State?
Oh, boy.
Oh, there we go. Not taking the bait.
That stings a little bit, no? Marcus Pfizer.
Who was the guard then?
Tyser locked him up.
Tinsley.
Oh,
Jamal
Tinsley.
Tinsley.
Yeah,
Oh, so
Tinsley.
you knew the guard, Tinsley. Okay, great.
You know Tyser.
Drafted by
locked him up.
who? The Magic? Jamal Tinsley?
I
He
thought the
Wasn't the
Pacers.
Pacers.
Pacers, yeah.
I'm going to look it up now. I know he played with the Pacers. I don't know if he was drafted by him. Though.
Rutgers reloading, by the way. Roster looking completely different, more athletic. We're going to get up and down. The Pride of Connecticut, going to put it in the basket. All right.
We're ready.
Who's that?
Griffiths.
Gavin Griffiths.
He's the pride of Connecticut?
He's going to be.
Oh.
Going to be in the NBA. Don't give me this Calvin Murphy stuff. He's going to the NBA. All right. Guys, been many sporting events I wish I was at. You know, like the Hickory Huskers. Nice shirt tonight, Loddy.
Thank you. This was a gift.
I mean, I probably wouldn't pick too many boxing matches, but, like,
Great sport.
I'd pick some real games like I did. You guys ever think about a game you'd like to be at? Or an event?
Actually,
Probably Indy
this
500
just in.
for you.
Jamal Tinsley was actually drafted by the Memphis Grizzlies. Didn't know that.
Played for the Pacers. That's all
He
I
did.
know.
He did play with the Pacers for quite a while.
Most of his career, yeah. A game that I would have liked to be at, yeah. How about the Rose Bowl? I think it was 2006. Vince Young against Leinart. And it felt like USC never lost a game for like 4 or 5 years with
With Pete?
Pete at the helm, with Reggie Bush and Lendale White and all those whiteouts. I just remember, Keith Jackson on the call when Vince Young got to the corner of that end zone on the right-hand side. 41-38 maybe, something
the
like
final?
that. And I just remember that the event of that night for that game, 1 versus 2. It was must-see TV. It was college football at its finest. And it was basically the national championship without it being national championship at that time. And again, the backdrop of the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, we talked about like the sun going down. And
The
just
Trojans on the field?
Trojans on the field and Vince Young going down the field on that last drive and rolling out under some pressure.
There was a lot of NFL players.
It
in
was
that-
just,
yeah.
it was like an NFL game. It was like a professional game. That's how good it was. So I would have loved to have been out in Pasadena.
Angry.
I'm going to go to the morbid side of sports. I picked the Olympics the last couple of times. I'm actually
Jim Abbott?
No,
No, okay,
I'm
that's
going to go with an actual boxing match, and you might remember this. I think we were still in like middle school.
Don't say it.
What?
When you said morbid.
Yeah. So
You're not going on a Saturday early afternoon or late
boom.
afternoon,
yeah,
are you?
yeah. It was on Channel 8, I believe.
Why the heck would you want to do that?
The fight was unbelievable. Boom Boom Mancini and Daku Kim. The guy laid his life.
Earnhart's crashed too. Jesus.
He laid his life on the line, but the fight was unreal. The guy literally. That's why they talk about it when they get in the ring. Like guys they're warriors. I mean, this guy fought until he died.
Did you already say it was like outside in 100-degree
Yeah,
heat?
it was
I
like
think.
yeah, it
Remember
was
those
like
fights?
Las Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like
it
on a
was.
Saturday afternoon, and these guys were literally killing themselves, and a guy unfortunately died, but like the fight was incredible. It was literally like a Rocky fight.
So are you saying? I just want to get this
Yeah,
straight
I
before I
wanted
throw
to be
up in
there.
my
Yes,
mouth.
yes.
Are you saying that for the competitive spirit at the highest level, fighting
Yes.
for your life, plus the heroism to not just have it be cliche but do it, and the honor in which he died, going for what he loved, and
Yeah, it's incredible. Like he wouldn't,
Maybe.
maybe.
So, Angry Jay, you know this because I've said it. Boom Boom Mancini is my favorite boxer. He was so distraught. He was never
Yeah.
the same. I know he had some injuries and he got in that car accident, I think, and he with
Hurt
his
his neck, yeah.
and everything. But mentally, he was just. And I remember,
Well, neither was his opponent.
But that was one of the
I remember watching that.
yeah
fight.
that was one of the
Family show.
reasons they stopped going 15 rounds
You're right.
because that was the end of the 14th when
Great point.
he went down and they
is that so?
yeah
I almost want to say,
That's why
was
they
that
only
like
go
on the
12 now.
wide world of sports back then?
yes it was
Yeah.
yeah
Because I remember it was during the
Channel
day.
8, yeah
Lampley and
Yeah.
the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco.
I
Yeah,
remember it. I remember
I
it.
do too.
Can we get a year on that?
I'm guessing like for 1980 I'll look it up.
I'm
go.
thinking. I'm going to say 84, but I don't know.
I
Don
guess-
Father,
It's
what do
got
you
to be
got?
before '84.
What are you picking?
why
Black
does it
Death,
have to
Mount
be
Vesuvius?
wait a minute, wait a minute.
He might be.
Why does it
I'll
have
bet
to
he's
be
close.
before 84?
I just think it was. Kind of go my memory
Why?
bank. So my choices were both NCAA basketball games, tournament games. I was debating, but it was either going to be the 1997 UNC Fairfield University NCAA tournament game.
Great game.
Yeah, where
UNC by 2?
I think they won by 8, right? UNC by
Was it
8. But yeah, the pride of Jersey, the pride of Jersey led the Stags with 14 points. John Tice, who's guarding Vince Carter all game, locked him down, almost got in a fight with him. Antoine Jameson. I mean, that was a great game. But I'm going to go with the 78-79 championship. Bird Magic. Even though Bird lost, and I was rooting for him. I think back then they didn't have all these AAU games and people traveling and playing each other. These college guys now play each other 12 times before they ever play each other in college. They didn't have that back then. So to see these guys play each other, they knew each other, like they've met, but to see them on the court for the first time, and I think to realize you're seeing two of the arguably top 5 players in NBA history together, I thought that would have been amazing to watch that game.
Don Father, did you know that that's still the highest rated NCAA tournament game?
I did know
to
that.
this day.
I read that like a couple weeks
Incredible.
ago,
Like if
actually.
you think about it, that's 79
Yeah.
to now. Wow. By the way, Daku Kim Boom Boom Mancini fight was November 13th, 1982.
Told you it was before 84. Just made it.
What was the month?
November 13th, 1982.
What does Mac got for his
Well,
must see?
no, I want to comment on yours first because, Jeffy,
Which one? Which game?
Godfather, I like it. I like
I
yours.
like it too.
And I got to say this about that time of sports watching. The most exciting thing in the week, no matter what you were watching, still was the Sports Illustrated getting there on Thursday at that time of your life. Phil Rizzuto on the call on Channel 11, picks. And then the Sunday afternoon game, what am I thinking of? Baseball game? Like remember? They used
Game
to
of the
do-
week,
Yeah. There was
Saturday
like,
afternoon.
Oh, it was Saturday. Because
Then they had Monday Night Baseball,
in the
too.
morning, you'd have Johnny Bench and the boys.
That's right.
And
The
then
baseball bunch.
the baseball bunch. And then you'd get
This week in baseball.
Twib notes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the wide world of sports. But there was no 24-hour or anything. You had to set your time.
Right.
You had to be home at those times to watch those special things. Now, Sports Illustrated, no ESPN yet, and I think CBS, they did that up perfect. With the magic and the bird out of the hat and the ball and them pointing at it, and then like that was perfect.
You know who broadcast that game?
Uh,
There was 3 of them
Right,
on the
Gumbel,
call.
right.
Gumbel did the pregame.
Dick Enberg was one of them. Another one.
Enberg, Packer,
Oh,
and McGuire
all right.
all
Packer.
all did the game. It was the first 3-man booth,
Really? All right.
and Gumbel
Man,
did the
that's
pregame.
something.
Yep. I only know that because I've seen it on replay. Obviously, I was
How about I still
Too
only
young,
know
but-
one other player on either team. It was the guy Kelsey.
Greg Kelser.
Kelser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty good, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
playing
he,
NBA for a
yeah,
while.
playing the NBA.
I wish Bird had a better game. He struggled that game.
He said that game
Overrated.
haunted him forever, right?
Yeah.
That game. They were undefeated.
33 and
Shot,
0, yeah.
He shot like, what, 30% from the field that
Yeah.
game, something like that.
Something crazy. But I like that. I like that call. And that changed not only college basketball, but the NBA because those two guys came out.
Okay, Angry Jay saying are taking the first week. Do you believe in miracles? One of the most famous calls of all time. Right up there and definitely top 10 on that list is going to be, and the band is out on the field. Now we're talking about 1982, the game known as the Big Game. We're talking Cal, we're talking Stanford, two institutions of learning and football in that era. The great John Elway, Yankee great, under center for the Cardinal. By the way, I thought all this time the Cardinal was like a color.
That's a tree.
It's a tree.
Yeah.
Like what is going on there? And then just the sheer chaos and the ending of that game. I would have wanted to see two things. The play. And then the fans' different reactions filing out of that stadium. For me, I'm taking, and the band is out on the field.
That was crazy.
I wish I was there. That's a great call. I like to interview the guy that got run over in the end zone, the trombone player.
Got trucked.
He got
Block or charge. Block or charge.
I'm going block. His
He was
back
moving?
slightly turned. Back slightly turned though.
In the words of
What?
Shooter, his feet were planted.
I mean, you've never seen a highlight more, right? That's probably the most.
Growing up, that's what you saw.
all
That
the
guy
time.
was his name. Bob Starkey was the guy you're talking about. The band that's on the field.
Yeah.
And then he went. I believe he started doing 49er games too. But the call, like the way his
Yeah,
voice
just
rises
the
and
pitch,
stuff,
just
yeah.
That was
is,
I mean-
is phenomenal.
If you think about the images from that era, you definitely got to take when they hit the ball down the ice, and then do you believe in miracles? You have to take the band that's out on the field.
Also known as the play,
The
right?
play.
Yeah.
Down goes Frazier, right?
the catch. Yeah. That
What?
was crazy.
What'd you
Yep.
say?
The catch.
What catch? I was saying Billy Buck. What catch?
The
catch.
Secretariat call too, when running like a tremendous machine, is actually a really good call.
You guys ever watch that replay?
What, the Secretariat?
It'll give you the chills.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It'll,
Like, that
give you
call
the
was-
chills.
Yeah.
When they had the music in the
The
background. it's
one I
pretty cool.
mentioned too, the Billy Mills call. You ever hear that one? The radio guy?
For,
Yeah.
for Secretariat?
No, the Billy Mills, the runner. The second one we did, that call by the TV guys it's unbelievable. Secretariat one you had mentioned is the tremendous. That's what he said. He's running like a tremendous machine.
How about Mary Decker Tab getting plowed? That's
By
gotta be
Zola
nuts.
Bud.
And what?
That's plowed over by
Family
Zola
show.
Bud. All right, Zola, put some sneakers on. Put some running shoes on. And stay in your lane.
Can she
Stay
have
in
gotten
your-
up?
stay-
Can she have gotten up?
Wow. No, because she had to embellish
after
because
that.
she knew at that point she was done. Yeah, I mean, Bud just completely
He was
plowed
sore after
Decker
that. Yeah,
Tab.
without a doubt. All right.
What pick?
We are at
Hawkins
11
go
picks.
yet?
11 picks. No.
Hawkins.
Could be next.
Oh, they're saying Hawkins may be next at 12.
Has him in 10th out of the next 10. So
You guys will find this hard to believe, but Stanton actually made contact. He just
Pop
unfortunately
up
hit
the
it.
third?
No, he didn't do a double play.
Are they still getting no hit?
That's a good question. I don't know. The guy didn't do a double play, so nope, they got a hit.
Darn it.
Well,
Rizzo, stay hot, baby.
He also hasn't been the same since that neck injury. Hold on, folks.
Oh, there's the guy from Duke, right? That's
All
your
right,
guy.
I got to talk about two NBA players, and I just want to hear what you guys think about what are surprisingly to me going to be known as the Draymond sweepstakes. It looks like he's actually dumb enough to want to play with somebody besides Steph Curry. What are your guys' thoughts? Is the likelihood that he will not be a Warrior? Go.
He'll be a Warrior. 90%. That's why they did that trade today, they said. If we all heard about the trade they did, obviously.
Yeah.
That's why they did the trade, because now they got rid of Poole's
What
4
happened
years.
today?
Chris Paul for Jordan Poole and picks. Mm-hmm. They got rid of the 4-year contract so they can give Draymond a couple years. They're not going to give him 4 more years, I don't think. I think he wants 4.
Hold on.
But
How did I not know that?
It happened.
So Chris Paul is a
warrior.
Yep.
and Chris Paul and Steph had a little beef about some of
Right.
their competitive stuff in the past.
But Paul originally got traded to Washington.
Right.
And did Paul play with Dell for like a 1 year?
Did he with Charlotte? Did he? No. I think he's after
No
him. He's
chance.
after him.
No chance. Okay.
But they made such a huge deal out about it. I'm like, it's 2 backup point guards getting traded now, because that's what Chris Paul is. He's a backup point guard.
He's not a backup.
No,
He's not
gonna,
starting for the Warriors.
He may not
He
start,
might
but
be.
he's going to get.
So if you don't
20-something
start, what
minutes.
are you? You're a backup. That's
But
what he is.
he's going to be. He's going to play.
He's going to play valuable minutes for
Godfather,
sure.
Valid point.
But he's a backup. Steph Curry's
He's
starting
still
point
going to
guard.
play 25 to 30 minutes.
He's
I
gonna
think.
start.
I don't think he can. They're going to start him, Steph,
Yes.
Clay, Draymond, and Wiggins. Your tallest player is going to be 6'9". No, not
Are you
happening.
surprised that they
The
really go,
modern NBA.
Are you surprised they really go out of their way for Draymond Green?
Yes.
You're surprised that they go out of their
No,
way
I'm not
to
surprised
keep him
they.
around?
I'm not surprised they do. I'm surprised they would. Like, I don't think I would, but I'm not surprised they do. He's been a loyal.
Angry. He going to be a
Yeah.
warrior?
Yes.
Loddy.
Draymond Green? I agree with you guys.
Well, you're
I
not
don't-
drinking the Kool-Aid. I think he's a Laker. I think he's going to be a Laker.
Really?
That's not. You know what? That's not.
That would
That's
be the
not
only other
outlandish.
place. I
Yeah,
would-
that could happen.
They can fit in another, because he's going to want $30 million. He turned down 28. Right?
Okay.
at
He
Warriors.
hangs out with LeBron enough. That's for sure.
I
Well, and I'm
mean-
not disagreeing that that's where his second choice would be, but where do they have the cap room to sign him for? They didn't have the cap room to get Kyrie. They're going to sign him for $30 million plus a year. I agree. I think he'd be a good fit.
Isn't
there,
it
too, to be
crazy?
honest,
He's a
but
30. It's crazy that these guys make the money they make, but he's a $30 million player.
Jordan Poole makes more than $30 million.
Crazy.
For
Jordan
his
Poole makes
8
35
points a game.
I mean, for 4 more years.
Crocker,
Right.
let me know when the
So-
Knicks pull a draft day deal.
By the way, did we talk about the other trade, Mac?
Celtics. I had one more guy sweepstakes wise, but we should jump on
Sorry.
that now. Go ahead.
I think
What are the
it's a-
specifics of the deal?
Well, it's funny that the Celtics gave up. They gave up Marcus Smart, nothing else, right? Angry. That's it.
No, they're
No, Gallinari,
Gallinari
and
and Muscala are going.
But they got
So
two
nothing
first.
else.
They got 2 first-round draft picks with the trade of Celtics.
Yeah, this year's pick 25. They had to
2
give up.
first-round draft picks and the best player involved in the trade, in Porzingis. It's a home run for the Celtics for me. Get rid of Marcus Smart. He was awful the last 2 minutes of the game, anyways. Derek White's going to step in. He's all second-team defensive NBA. They're missing a little, I think, leadership, but they were pivoting that team to Tatum anyway. So I think it's a great move. And ask yourself, who would you rather have take a 3 with 1 second left, Porzingis or Smart?
I prefer
Score
Tatum.
Zingis.
I prefer Tatum not pass it to one of those guys.
I agree, but I'd rather have Porzingis than Smart. So
Yeah.
I think that's what they need. They
So
need a guy
Derek
to
White
knock down
plays a
shots.
lot more.
100%. Yeah.
Pritchard is now going to play.
And they have Brogdon back now, right? Because he's got a
Yeah.
bum
So how
elbow,
does that work?
so-
How does that work for Brogdon, who thought he was traded
block?
6 hours?
they're going to
earlier?
trade him.
I don't think so. No. I mean, they need guards now. I mean, White plays, Pritchard plays, and Brogdon. Those are the 3 guards right now. I guess if you count Jaylen Brown as a guard, but I kind of look at him as a small forward.
I love the trade for the Celtics.
I think it works too. I mean, I kind of had a love-hate relationship with Smart, but I don't want the ball anywhere near his hands in the last 5 minutes. I didn't trust it.
Mario Chalmers shouldn't have arms in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, something like that. But no, he did bring toughness to the team and stuff. So I don't know. But they're going to pay Brown, which is good, which
Yeah.
I wanted. So I mean, they have to cut salary somewhere else, and Smart's making $20 million a year. That's part of the.
What's Porzingis making?
Porzingis is making 30, but it's only for he has 1 more year. Like Jaylen Brown's contract won't kick into the year after.
What do you think, Mac? You like it or no?
I love it, actually. I think that because Tatum and Brown are not small guys and they're scorers and they're athletic, Scorzingis gives you like another interesting option. Like his last couple of years, he didn't play with these 2 guys. He's
still shot
literally going to be the
39%
third
from 3.
option, maybe the 4th. And like a set to like fired around around the horn and get a three off. I mean, I don't hate that. No one's gonna block it. He's like 9 feet tall.
Like you said, 39% from three with nobody else as a threat on the team. And Kuzma, I mean, Beal's in and out of the lineup.
Plus, I mean, the progression he's made. He played JV the first couple years, right? Then he got to where, the
Mavs.
Yeah.
And then where?
Then the Wizards from the Mavs, right?
Yeah. That's just team 4
Right.
for him.
The,
Yeah.
the caveat's, can he stay healthy? If he stays healthy, it's a great
was
trade.
JV.
It's a big if.
He was Jay. I mean, they won 17 games
Who?
one year with him.
Who?
The New York Knickerbockers.
They were going crazy. They were going crazy about him for a little while.
The
now.
Knicks?
Yeah.
The unicorn, right?
Fans.
I
That's
mean,
the only thing we had to hang on to, really. You think Smart, the trade is softened a little bit because of the emergence of White?
100%. I think that if he stepped up this year, the postseason, he was better than Smart in the postseason. Second team all defense. So you're not losing. He was a better defender this year than Smart.
Hold on. What pick?
Leadership. Smart was a leader in the locker room.
Yeah, he was. So, like you had mentioned, like it's probably going to Tatum and Brown. It's their team now.
Yeah,
like,
it's time for them to step
yeah.
up with that locker room stuff. But
Okay, guys. Dame sweepstakes. He's going somewhere. I didn't know about Paul. I was hoping that maybe in some weird way he'd end up with Stephen Clay and make it happen. I
You
would
talking
love
about
it.
Dame? You thought
Yeah.
Dame was going to go there?
I don't know, just like a fantasy
I
sort
like
of thing.
Dame. I mean,
Where would Dame go? Jay says no C's. Sixers can't afford him. I
He
couldn't
needs.
see
He
him.
wants to
Miami,
go somewhere
maybe.
where he can win, like right now.
Miami's
right?
the hot choice.
Yeah.
How about the Mavs?
It doesn't.
They'd
work
have to
with-
move
I don't
Kyrie.
think with
Doesn't work
Doncic,
with it.
they're like two ball dominant guys. I would say Miami's a great call. Thank you, Jay.
LeBron will be crying for him.
Denver?
I
Not
don't
bringing the
see
Brown
that,
guy
yeah.
back.
easy.
Spurs?
Easy.
No, I think he wants to win. I think he wants to win. Like
With the
I
Spurs
think
now?
Miami is
He wants to go for a title.
I think Miami is the most
Yeah.
ready, and they have a need. We saw them; they have a need in the finals. They just couldn't score enough. They didn't have enough guys that create their own shot. So, I think Miami makes the most sense. Do we know that he wants to? I know he doesn't want to rebuild with Portland, but he's been there so long. Right?
Yeah, he's 33
What's
now.
Miami going to give
He's 33.
for him? He's so good.
I don't know. I mean,
They mentioned
At
Hero
that
and some
It's
other.
a bunch of picks.
Yeah, at that salary, it's like you don't have to give
Hero's
up as
gotta
much
go.
as you don't have to give up
Yeah.
as much as we think.
and the picks aren't that like. I mean, the picks won't be great. You know, they'll be
Yeah, 'cause
first round picks, but
'cause
Miami's going to be
Miami's
picking
gonna be-
25
yeah.
to 30. You know,
I love the fact that
I think it would be like a hero type.
I
thing,
love the
like
fact
you
that
guys
Golden
said, though.
State gave up Poole and 2 first-round picks for Chris Paul. They had to give up Poole and picks.
Okay,
And again,
well,
those picks are going to be in the
well,
high
they
20s.
had to get
anyway.
rid of Poole because of the money. They had to get rid of Poole because after his teammate assaulted him, he was not the guy he was the year before. Not
I
the
agree with that
entire
100%.
season. And he's not part of that clubhouse, and they had to get him out, which it would have been awesome if they were able to pull Dame in there to see if they could pass the ball.
I just
and-
think Chris Paul, who I don't like anyways, but I think he's been phenomenal. I don't think he's a fit with Golden State at all.
How about Dame to the Pelicans to reunite with
was
what's
thinking
his
about-
face?
McCollum?
Yeah, I love him.
How about Randall for Zion?
it's funny you're saying that.
You
Man,
would do that?
I would. Oh my God! In a second.
They threw that out there. I heard that the other day
What?
on a show was Zion for Jalen Brown, and
Oh, would you guys want that?
it was Zion and somebody
no,
else. Like
no,
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't do it either.
no.
No, I like Jalen Brown.
Well, you know how much I hate Randall. They're never going to win with Randall. He's got to go.
The whole thing was like if Zion figures it out, you know.
He obviously is not going to figure it out because he's a. It's not pronounced Zion.
Oh, what is it?
The Z and AI are
Yeah.
silent. It's pronounced moron. How the heck do you have this career so far? He's shooting himself in the proverbial foot. The day he busted out of that sneaker.
So him and Ja were 1-2. The only guy
How's that
left
look?
standing is
How's
number
that
3.
look?
My man RJ.
Oh my God! He's not your man every third game. He can't shoot.
He can't shoot, but you know what? He had a nice playoff
He
though.
murders the Celtics though.
Man, he played tough in the playoffs.
Oh, look at you! The Knicks never let you down.
Oh yeah, they do.
Zion actually has it in his contract. He has to weigh like under 295 to collect some of the incentives. Imagine that.
I'm
295.
295.
Enough of this. Who would you rather? Now, this week's Who'd You Rather. This episode's Who'd You Rather is not who's the better player.
Okay.
I want you to think of your favorite college team at that time. Your team at that time when these guys played.
All right.
Most of them are similar in era. There's only a few crossovers. Which one would you have rather had on your team? I mean, for me, it's UConn most of the time. I would have went Rut last few years. UConn not being a bad close second. But, I mean, I know Don Father likes, what's the guy's name again, the coach?
Bernie Fine.
Bernie Fine up there. Crocker's got to be UConn. Angry's UConn. Tyser, Central Connecticut. Or is it UConn, Tyser? Or is it Rut? What do you got?
Central Connecticut, right?
Okay. And then you were
Growing up,
Indiana
Indiana and St. John's.
Wisconsin,
Growing up was Indiana and
St. John's, Wisconsin, Huskies, Rut. Never the Huskies?
Never
You're a liar.
Never really the Huskies.
You're a liar. Okay.
No.
All right. And it's the college version of this player.
All right, we're ready.
Ready? Ewing, Olajuwon. Go. Ewing or Olajuwon on your college team. Somebody go. Let's go.
I'll go Ewing. He was one of the best college players I've ever seen, and by far the best defensive player in college I've ever seen.
College, I'll go Ewing just for college.
I was 3, so I don't know.
For college, I'm going.
Guys are whispering
I'm
in
going
the
Ewing. I thought he changed the game.
Crocker?
Ewing all day. He was awesome.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping somebody bid on Hakeem.
Although Olajuwon beat
that
him
was
head
a
to head
fun
in the
team.
finals.
Yeah.
so.
You know what? I'm going Olajuwon. They had
No, he
belts
didn't.
on their
No, he
pants.
didn't. No, he didn't. That's
But I'm
right.
still
That's
going
right.
him. Still
84,
going
they
him.
didn't.
Yeah, but he had Michael Graham.
Remember, Olajuwon had the oxygen
He had
mask
Ralph
over
Ball.
his face the whole time.
And he's also known as Hakeem. Then,
Hakeem, you're right.
Hakeem.
yeah.
It was,
Whatever the
but
hell.
he had his
He had-
he had
he
his
had
first
the H,
name
yeah,
on his
that's right.
back.
Yeah, that's right.
Hakeem.
Pulled an Ichiro.
The heck out of there with that.
Did Ichiro have Ichiro on the
Yes.
back?
Yes.
What did Matsui have in the back? Trick question.
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh, darn it.
Pete Rose haircut. What?
All right. Bird or Magic?
Oh,
College?
Bird.
College.
I'm going Magic because he beat him head to head. He got a title.
Bird.
You got. I mean,
Angry?
You're not being
Bird.
objective.
Better player.
Yeah, they're not. They're going their favorite player type.
Bird.
Thank you.
Whoa.
For college. For college.
What do you mean? He can't go head to head on that one. Magic had people on his team. Bird
Who?
had nobody. Bird had nobody.
Bobby
on his
Mack
team.
already just said he didn't know anybody in the game.
He knew one of the guys from Michigan State, right?
It's got to be Magic. I mean, come on. More versatile player.
Magic.
Yeah, right.
I think I got a good college comparison here. We got to trade.
Yeah, 10 and 12 got traded.
All right, we don't care. All right. I want to talk about a couple of forwards. Danny Manning, the leader of Danny and the Miracles, and Christian Laettner, one of the best forwards of all time.
Pains me to say it, but I think Leitner is one of the best 2 or 3 college players of all time. So Leitner for me.
I'll second that statement.
Did he go?
Hawkins went 14.
This just in.
Wait, are you serious? Who took him?
This just in. Jordan Hawkins
New
of
Orleans.
the University of Connecticut. Go to the New Orleans Pelicans. Tyser, the owner of Skygazer Brewing,
I'm not rooting against Bobby Mack. I'm just
recipient
happy
of
for the kid.
$100.
I'm happy for the
Well, you
kid.
didn't bet with me. I don't gamble.
All right, Pete Rose. You don't gamble on your own team.
But I'm going with Danny Manning for the college question.
Who was it by? You know,
It's tough to.
Okay.
Again, he threw that team on his back.
He did.
And won.
New Orleans?
Leitner had a team full of Hurleys and Hills and people like that.
I'm going with Don Father. I remember the guy Newton was like, they might have had a football player on the team.
They had Scooter Berry.
It was Danny.
Chris Piper.
It was Danny. I'm taking Danny.
Leitner's skill level was terrific as much as I hated him.
Eric Montross, Bryant Reeves. Similar at times.
Not a bad. That's a good one.
What they look alike.
Brian Reeves was actually picked a little bit higher in the NBA draft.
Went to
Not-
Vancouver.
I don't think it was the same year, but I'll take Montrose. He was a Hoosier too.
I'm going
Yes.
big country, baby. Big country.
I'm gonna take Montrose just because of the time he had the cut in his head.
Won a national title too.
Tough guy.
Yeah, I gotta go Montrose. Neither one of them panned out in the NBA. huh?
Also shook his hand at the yank during a rain.
Come on, Tyser, you look like both of them. Which one?
Tyser, Bryant Reeves or Montrose as a college player?
Love Montrose, but I gotta go with Reeves.
He's going with big country.
Oh.
How about you, Crocker?
Gotta go big country.
Really?
Why?
I just like this game.
I like his nickname.
Eddie Sutton's guy.
How
Eddie
about
Sutton.
Chris Webber or Leonard Bias?
Oh, I'll take a Lenny.
That's not even close for us.
Taking Lenny.
I'm going Lenny too.
Leonard.
All right, I'm gonna go Leonard too. However, I had Leonard initially with Jordan, and then I decided I'd rather go with a similar like size guy, and then I put Jordan. I was gonna put anyone else, even though he wasn't like Michael Jordan in college that he became in the NBA. So I'm gonna say in college, Leonard Bias, Mike Jordan.
I would stay with Leonard, and that's not a slight on Jordan. Just Carolina played a different style.
I'll take Jordan, but that's a
That's a
tough
good one.
call.
That's a
That's
good
a
one.
tough call.
But Jordan wasn't. He didn't get a ton of shots.
Yeah.
like they didn't take a lot of shots at
the
Carolina.
only guy to keep him under
was
20 a
Dean-
game.
was Dean.
Dean Smith.
I'm going Jordan.
Yeah, I'm taking Len Bias
Big
all
shot.
day.
He was like the thing about Bias too. He's like a rebounding machine. People forget they just see the athleticism or the highlight.
Muscles
the
on
yeah.
top of
dunks
muscles.
The game
Yeah.
dunks he got in that time, like these double pump reversed jobs, like nobody did that in the games at these times in traffic.
The only guy I remember being like biased in college really was Dominique.
Yeah.
Like just in terms of that forcefulness and that power around the rim on the
Yeah, Dominique
baseline.
couldn't shoot it like Leonard.
No, he couldn't. Mid-range game for Bias was legit, man. We all know that.
Dominique
Chris-
shot got a lot better in the NBA when he was
Yeah.
there for a while.
How about Jimmer Fredette and Dougie Buckets? Dougie McDermott.
Forget. College?
I'll go better.
You're
who
talking
who would we rather
range,
have?
obscure white scorer.
I'll go.
like-
I'll go. McDermott. But for that senior there was incredible.
Bobby Mack, you did a good job on these. I'm gonna go McDermott too.
I'm gonna go Buckets.
Man, he can score at crazy.
Yeah.
Overall, Buckets.
How about
He
you?
just
How about you?
his 1 year, his senior year was incredible.
All right, pick a rose. Jalen or Derek.
Just college, and he played 1 year.
I don't care. Pick a rose.
I
what,
hate Jalen
played
Rose, but I'll
two?
take him. His game is
One play two, one play one.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm taking Derrick Rose at
Me
Memphis
too.
for that
All
1 year.
day, he was
I
phenomenal.
I remember when he was coming out. I wanted the Knicks to get him so bad because I thought he was that much of a game
You
changer.
got him, got him now.
Say it again.
We got him 15
You
years
finally
later.
got him.
We got him 15 years later, and Tibbs didn't play him. So, I mean,
15 years later and 9 ACL surgeries
actually, we
later.
got him. We got him 2 different times. But Rose, his freshman year at Memphis, I used to. Whenever I knew they were on, I was watching that game.
Me too.
That's how much I liked him.
And that was Calipari.
Calipari,
Yes,
And you know what? I mean,
they lost to Kansas.
The ath-
Remember?
the
Because he
athlet-
missed free throws.
the athleticism, the scoring, the just tenacity about his game, the downhillness of his game at the point guard position. When I think was Westbrook already a pretty good pro at this point, a downhill pro at this point.
Good comp.
And then the miracle they pulled off to have somebody similar to him take his SATs for him was unbelievable.
Listen, we've all been there. I mean, it happens. It's Saturday
His-
morning
his-
at 8:00.
He is one of the best athletes you'll see. Like
And
Maybe
is
not at- maybe
Calipari-
not at Xavier,
Is
but-
Calipari one of the worst facilitators, teachers, developer of players you've ever seen? He gets these guys that are unbelievable.
Yeah,
And how
fantastic
many of them
recruiter.
are better when they leave them?
Well,
Most of them only play for 1 year.
you've
with him
seen
now.
you've seen it recent.
Fair.
You've seen it recently. I mean,
How
they're-
many of them are better when they leave them?
None of them, because
Calipari's a
to Jeff
fool.
to Don Father's point, he gets these one and done McDonald All-Americans. He's a fantastic recruiter, no matter what way he gets them. But all these guys that stay 2, 3, 4 years, nobody stays 4 years. You know what I mean? But they end up they've struggled. Like they're not really
they're not good. Yeah,
they're
they're
not
not.
relevant on the college basketball landscape right now.
All right, different eras, but stick one of these guys on your team's roster during this time. Steve Alford, Bobby Hurley.
I'll take Alford, one of the best college jump shooters I've ever seen. Not just run around and knock down jump shots everywhere. Hurley was a winner, but he played with studs. So
Well, besides Mullen and Tice, Alford is my favorite all-time college player, so I'm going Alford.
I'm going Hurley. I don't like anybody in that Indiana team back then.
Why? Calbert Cheney,
Bad
Allen
era.
Henderson.
the question is who'd you want on your team?
Hurley.
Like it's not
Hurley.
Jesus.
So on the Huskies at that time,
Who'd you want on your team? This guy's like, I didn't like this guy. Like, what?
Oh yeah, you never
I mean-
do that, angry prick.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I didn't like. I
You
didn't
always
like
follow the rules. Jake, give me your one pick. Well, my 9th and 8th picks were so and so, but I think I'm going to go. No, hold on. I'm going to go with this
there's
guy.
my 30 Beckham.
I didn't like Kobe Bryant, but I take him on my goddamn team. Jesus.
Family show here.
Is it?
No blasphemy.
You say angry what?
And I want Bernie Fine to coach it. Jesus.
Ooh, low blow to Don Father, but nothing Bernie hasn't taken. I want you to pick a Marquette stud in college. Remember, not as unbelievable as you'd think. But Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets, or D Wade.
I can't take Doc Rivers.
You heard what I said.
I'm going D Wade. He led him to the. Did he get to the 8 or the 4?
8?
Yeah.
No, I didn't go to Final Four.
See, I hate
Yeah.
both of these guys. But if I had to take one guy on my team, I'll take Dwayne Wade.
I'll take Wade too.
Dwayne Wade was a first-team All-American at Marquette. I'm assuming.
Yes.
No, nothing
He's a
against
junior.
Jimmy Butler, but I don't think he was ever elevated to that type of status.
Made a Final Four.
Yeah, I got to take him. I got to take the same. I was hoping somebody bid on Buckets.
Marquette, they made a Final Four with Jimmy. With Dwayne Wade, I mean.
That's what I thought. Yeah. They got whacked, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Terry Cummings, Mark Aguirre.
Wait a minute.
And they're very connected.
Bobby Mack.
You're talking about college?
Yeah.
Tyser wanted to chime in on the Butler Wade.
Who was one of his teammates? I did it, but who was the good teammate with him?
Which one?
Dwayne Wade. Which one was a good teammate?
Novak?
What?
Novak? Novak. Steve Novak.
Where do you play in the NBA?
Knickerbockers.
He was a good teammate. Oh, God.
Is that who there?
I don't know. I'll Google it. Go ahead.
I thought it was Novak.
No, all right, then. Come on, man.
I'll go Terry Cummings. Better all-around player.
Cummings and who? I'm sorry.
Aguirre.
Aguirre was more thought of as a better player
Aguirre.
back then.
Mark Aguirre.
I'm Cummings.
In college, Mark Aguirre.
I'm going to go.
He
with
might have been a
Cummings. Better
two-team,
hair.
first-team
Better hair, too.
All-American.
Who? McGuire?
He was in the 1979 national
Final
semifinals.
Four?
Bird gave him like a
and Bird
35
beat
piece.
him.
Yeah.
I'm going to go TC because I loved those guys were on TV a lot.
NBC.
Ray Meyer. Is that the coach's name? Ray Meyer?
Yep.
And then those DePaul uniforms and those Marquette uniforms from that day. Man.
You remember the 4 teams that were always on NBC?
Notre Dame, DePaul, Marquette.
And UCLA.
Oh, of course.
Was there anything worse than watching Notre Dame basketball?
DePaul, Notre Dame, and Marquette were all independents back then. Remember that? They weren't in a conference.
David Rivers.
Yeah.
Rivers.
He'd scored 25 of the 48 they put up.
He was from
Saturday
Jersey
night.
City, was he not? Did he go to St. Anthony's? I think he did. David Rivers.
Played for the Lakers.
He drafted by them, right?
All right, pick. These are terrific college scorers. Turned NBA busts.
Travis Diener was the shooter with Wade,
Travis
not
Diener.
not Novak.
White forward scorers turned NBA busts. We're talking Luka Garza, recent. We're talking Adam Morrison, nice hairdo, a little bit less recent. Stick them on your team. Put them on a rut right now. Which one would you want?
Give me Garza.
I
Got better every year. Phenomenal player.
say Garza maybe because I watched him more and he killed Brett. So I'll take
Yeah.
Garza.
Yeah, I'll take Morrison. He's a better player.
Yeah, and I'm going to take Garza because Morrison has been a part of some of the worst chokes of all time to end their seasons. And
It's better than not playing in any important games.
Who didn't play in important games?
What Garza, like, what big games did they play in?
Big Ten championship.
Jesus.
I mean, they played at the rack.
I mean,
What's bigger than that? I mean, jeez.
guys, you prefer a corn or a wheat tortilla?
Christ.
There's a difference. What do you mean?
I don't
Let's not
eat
do
them,
it,
but
God.
I'll go wheat. I'll
Corn.
go wheat. More nutrients in
Wheat.
it.
Take the corn.
Corn with a little salsa.
You got
All right,
that
so
shirt
the
on. You
MLB
got it with that
draft-
shirt on.
That's right.
Only the purists like the MLB draft, and it goes on for days. So, like, there are two drafts that are fun: NFL, NBA. Which one do you look forward to more?
Oh, NFL.
Used to be NBA, but not anymore. None of them, to be honest with you. But if I had to pick one, I'll still stick with the NBA.
It used to be the NBA, but not anymore. It's definitely the NFL.
We are-
I actually look forward to the 2
We are
days 'cause-
potting live during the NBA.
I'll
one
go
right now.
NFL all day long. All right, this is not a who'd you rather. Just like you close your eyes. What college program could you picture this guy playing for if they went to college? Where would Kobe Bryant have played?
Duke.
Villanova. We lived in Philly.
I agree with the Duke.
He
I gotta say,
he
UConn.
verbally
He had a
committed.
relationship with Coach K.
Yeah, he verbally committed.
Yeah,
to
well,
it.
Coach K gets to know everyone from they're 2 years old and up. I would say UConn just because he took his daughter there, and the dream was for his daughter to play there. So I would, in my mind, I got him for the Huskies. Garnett in college.
Kentucky.
Yeah,
I could
that's
see
a
that.
good call.
Tall, skinny, 1 year.
I'm taking.
Never going to class. Yeah, that's him.
I don't know why UCLA popped in my head right away, so I guess I got to
Anything's
say
possible.
That, but-
Yeah.
You know what?
Anything's possible.
Anything's
Seeing
possible.
Garnett
Full Barno,
in the-
not going to any classes.
Seeing Garnett in a Texas uniform for a year and just like tall, lankiness.
Durant-like.
Durant, in those conference games, I could see him drop stepping from like the top of the 3-point line and just yoking on somebody. So I go Texas. How about the loser?
Where was
South
Garnett
Carolina.
from?
Malden, South Carolina. Yeah.
The loser.
Bobby Mack, say it
He
one more
was
time.
buddies with Ray Allen.
LeBron. They're
California.
not
Penal.
listening.
Ohio State.
I say Duke because, again, you see him with Coach K all the time. So
I don't care.
I think he
He,
stays.
wherever
on
else he would have whined and transferred at this after the
Would he
first
have been
semester.
with? He would have been with Odin or no? What was the time frame on
No,
that?
he was later.
Years later.
it was only like 2 years later, right? Because Durant and Oden were the same year, right? So
Yeah.
You would have been with Conley.
He's still playing, by the way.
I know.
I got him at Ohio State. I mean, originally he was a stay-home type of guy, and then he became the guy he is now.
Cleveland, Cleveland State, maybe?
All right, with Kenny the Mouse McFadden.
Yep.
Beat
What was
IU.
the coach's name there? That won the, they beat
Mackey.
Indiana. Yeah.
Mackey.
Yeah.
And then he ended up in
Yeah, he
the
did.
downtown Cleveland doing something he should have been doing.
Speaking of doing stuff you shouldn't be doing, we're going to wrap this up.
I mean, I've been downtown
Loddy and
Cleveland
Mac.
too.
In a cul-de-sac. Loddy, Angry Jay, starting to show his anger tonight. He's a little tired. He got to get up in the morning. Don
Yeah.
Father. We missed a commish tonight. Skygazer Brewing going to donate $100 to this podcast tonight. L&R still on board. Chiz still on board. Twister Baseball Clinic sending them in. And Frank's Transmissions out of business, but still donating. Check us out on Twitter,
giving us
Instagram.
used
Thanks to
transmissions.
Crocker and Tice for whispering in the background and never really stepping up to the mic with that lame performance. Good night, everybody.
Somebody's $100 rich.
Go Yanks.